race 6 never was. I'm stood here with Principal Race Officer Gary Lineker. Gary, you've been out on the water. I know you wanted a race today if you possibly could, but I guess it was just too much breeze.
Yeah, we went out and we set up. We had a lot of wind when we got out there. We were watching stations that were reporting well over 26 knots up to 36 knots. We were mainly monitoring the Fort Denison wind station because it was sort of right parallel to the course line that we were hoping to use. And then we ended up putting a mark in near Shark Island and coming back to where there would have been a start for a course 6, probably with 3 laps. And we were having trouble holding anchor. It was blowing that hard. We saw up to 40 knots. We saw lots of 30 plus knots, and we never saw a window that we thought that we had an opportunity to start. And when we were starting to feel confident, another 30 knot plus squall would come through that would have been very, very difficult for these boats to keep there.
So obviously a frustrating decision for you to have to make, but clearly the right one.
Well, I feel confident I made the right decision. It's very frustrating, particularly with people coming a long way and a ferry lined up with a whole lot of people wanting to watch some fantastic sailing as we've had for this regatta. And I'm just very, very hopeful that we get to put on a good show tomorrow.
I'm sure we will. And it's many years since you've had to pull a race, not start it.
Yes, that's right. In a Giltinan, certainly. It's I don't believe I have before, but it's a bit sad when you don't get to sail. But the conditions weren't conducive to keeping the boats together for the final day.
So tomorrow it's same schedule, one race, and it's all on.
Well, I've been called to a meeting. I believe, from what I've just heard on the dock, that it's going to be one race. I did postpone that race in case they wanted to resail it, but I've just got off the boat, as you saw, so at this stage I believe it's one race.
Okay, so a possibility of 2 tomorrow, but we'll update people as we know. But for now, 1 or 2, but either way, good chance of a race of some sort tomorrow?
I believe so. The current conditions look as if it's going to kick around to the left, and with all things being equal, the prediction from most of the pundits is about a 16 to 18 knot nor'easterly.
That should do us nicely. Thanks, Gary. See you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks. Cheers.